disrupted.
America that I fought for.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And we're continuing on this revelation that finally puts the nail in the coffin of the whole Russiagate scandal, this whole manufactured hoax by the Clinton campaign, once and for all revealing that it was a hoax concocted by the Democratic establishment to go after a game show host because they feared him as a wild card entering into politics was going to reveal a lot and going to disrupt the evil doings of the entire organization, of the entire oligarchy. So, continuing on this, we've already showed this before, but I just want to highlight again how even mainstream media outlets have finally come to the consensus that all the publications, all the research, all the investigations, finally highlighting that this was a manufactured hoax by the Clinton campaign, and even mainstream outlets like USA Today finally came forward saying that Trump was right, Russia collusion was a hoax, good luck regaining the public's trust. And even people on CNN, Jake Tapper, said that this is going to be a victory for Trump, an indictment for the FBI, that they should be investigating the FBI's involvement in this, and has finally come to conclusions with this. And also because of this report that was released. And this is the known as the Durham Report, the report on matters related to intelligence activities and investigations arising out of the 2016 campaign. So, America, once again, has been victimized in their own wrongdoings, which I know America has done a lot of things like torture programs, illegal wars, illegal activities, illegal surveillance, manslaughter, mass murders, concocting a lie, propagandizing people, torturing people, killing people, and just to name a few. But let's not dwell on the past. As some media officials, the blue and on media officials continue to say, let's not dwell on the past. Let's not be hasty on this. Think of what Kamala Harris would say about this report. Tomorrow is the future and today is the present. But yesterday was a song written by the Beatles. Let's not dwell on the fact that we have tortured some folks and we have manipulated, lied, and completely obliterated country after country after country, stealing their natural resources. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's not dwell on the years and years of sanctions and starving people and child sex slaves and turning Libya into a terrorist sex slave haven for them. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's not dwell on the fact that America is the unruled mafia of the world that has done absolute evil, nefarious stuff that all courts internationally and abroad would hold them contempt if the United States actually cared about justice. Let's not dwell on that. Moving on. Because there's one person still that is in complete denial, and that, of course, is Adam Schiff. Surprise, surprise. Because Adam Schiff, one of the visionaries concocted of this Russiagate, continued to push and push and push, and one of the brilliant minds to bring Russiagate into this war of Ukraine, which is one of the reasons we're fighting this war, because of the manufactured aggression towards Russia involving with this, this illegitimate hoax. So Adam Schiff is still continuing to lie to this day on mainstream media, even though all the reports and investigations, including the official Durham report being released, proved otherwise. Proving us correct, and him just proving that he's a piece of shit. But here's what he had to say.
In which the Russians offered help, which we know they did. The campaign accepted help, which we know they did. The Russians then delivered help, which we know they did.
There is circumstantial evidence of collusion.
The case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So
you've said.
I love how he goes into we can't release any of the evidence. We don't have proof of it, but there is circumstantial evidence. That's what you always hear from politicians. We have circumstantial evidence to prove our conspiracy correct, but I can't really bring it up on this show, especially to you, Chuck Todd. Because now is not the time or place for actual evidence. Now is not the time or place to prove ourselves correct. Now is not the time or place to actually hold ourselves accountable. But we were right, you're wrong, and if you don't believe us, then shut the hell up.
On more than one occasion that you've seen ample evidence of the Trump campaign's Russia collusion. Last March, you said you had more than circumstantial evidence of treasonous collusion with Russia.
I've certainly said that there's ample evidence.
More than circumstantial evidence. That's what he's claiming. He has more than circumstantial evidence. He has not provided any evidence whatsoever, but he has evidence right here next to the hooker money. But he's not going to bring it out until it's a rainy day. That is the bullshit liar of Adam Schiff. He can't even come up with his own evidence to base his wild, crazy theories. Like, if you're going to become a conspiracy theorist, if you're really going to hammer hard on this conspiracy theory, you would think you would have some sort of lie already presented to make yourself seem like it's evidence. Like, they call Alex Jones a conspiracy nut, and he is a bit crazy, he is a bit deranged, which what makes him entertaining, just saying. But at least he can actually, try to prove himself, but Adam Schiff can't. Adam Schiff will just say he has evidence somewhere, but it's locked away in a vault in some building I can't even say. I don't even know the directions anymore. I don't know where the evidence is, but we do have evidence. We do have proof. I'm not crazy.
Evidence of collusion.
Can you agree that there has been no evidence of collusion, coordination, or conspiracy that has been presented thus far between the Trump campaign and Russia?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy.
But we do know this. The Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. And that is pretty damning.
Reviewing the evidence that I have.
In which the Russians.
So even when, I think that was Face the Nation, right? That was CBS Face the Nation. Even when they said, can you just admit that there is no evidence because we have been reporting on this for a while now and nothing has been addressed on this. Can you just admit that you don't have evidence? Even Adam Schiff couldn't even come to that. Adam Schiff can't even just say that there's no evidence to this. He's like, no, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. We have somewhere out there, we are going to find the collusion. Maybe it's under the couch cushions in my bachelor pad, but somewhere out there, we are going to find collusion. I am not going to back down. And they say Alex Jones is the crazy one. They say that, him ripping his t-shirt off saying that aliens and lizard people are more dangerous to the nation than Adam Schiff. And that's why Alex Jones is silenced out. But not Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff gets media rounding all year round. Just absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical that they continue to provide nothing. And they want us to believe this. They want us to believe nothing. They want us to believe that some concocted scheme that they don't have evidence to back is accurate and true because of the fact that it's Adam Schiff. Oh, it's a Democratic official. So they got to be correct. They got to be correct because who would you believe more? This guy or the host of The Apprentice? Who are you going to believe more? The trusted folks at CNN or some podcaster in his basement that's actually read a thing or two? That's why the New York Times had to tell its own readers not to read. Because we're so trustworthy. And let's not forget that Adam Schiff is one of the leading people that brought us from Russiagate and used that concoction to usher into the continuous war of Ukraine right now. That was one of the promises that Russia got, that this Russiagate, that the United States got out of this Russiagate nonsense. One of the biggest things was that they were able to propagandize people so much and make them hate Russia so much because of this hoax that they were now able to easily propagandize people to believe that Russia is invading Ukraine and is doing world domination in Eastern Europe. They are not. We are. We're the ones dominating around the world. We're the ones. We're the evil, nefarious fucks. We're the ones that are doing fascists and treason and doing the evil, nefarious stuff. We do it on average every single day. But we're not supposed to dwell on the past. That's history, you know? Like Joy Behar said to Bernie Sanders about the Iraq War. Oh, do you care about the veterans? Oh, don't. Stop bringing up the past. This is now. I'm focused on now. Don't bring up the past. Don't bring up the illegal wars and atrocities that we have committed. Don't bring up the fact that we are an illegal existential threat to society. Don't do that. Don't do that. Focus on tomorrow. So there you go. Adam Schiff still continue in denial because this is literally the causation of Trump derangement syndrome. And this is what happens when you have that mixed into a Democratic cult, a political cult, that you believe you're all more superior than any other person on the world. This is what's happening to people. This is what's happening to their brains. And it happens with Adam Schiff. It happened with Rachel Maddow. It happened with every member of CNN and MSNBC. It happened with Keith Olbermann. It happened with every single outlet that continues to funnel this make-believe bullshit conspiracy that they know purposely, they know firsthand that was concocted by the Hillary Clinton campaign. They know, it's obvious. It's completely obvious that this was constructed by the Clinton campaign because they feared the game show host of winning the election. They did the Pied Piper strategy. They get Trump free media airtime when he was running his campaign. And yet somehow they still despise him enough to concoct this made-up collusion. It is all just it's a complete hoax. It's a complete hoax because the Democratic Party has nothing to offer you. The mainstream Republican Party has nothing to offer you. Both of them work for big banks and big oil and Wall Street and all the nefarious people that are used to oppress you. There is no working class party in the world, in America. There's no working class party there for helping you in the mainstream culture. That is why they have to concoct these schemes to make you think that they're fighting for you, when really you just want a stop in inflation. You want livable wages. You want Medicare for all. Are they bringing these conversations to light? No. They're too busy worried about Stormy Daniels. They're too busy worried about possible collusion. They're worried about, all these ridiculous, culture war tropes about Bud Light and trans people and bathrooms and so on and so forth that Peter Flaherty said in a meeting at the Warren Buffett meeting, gathering of stakeholders and stock owners. He even told them that this was a concoction by the billionaire class to distract us from the real situational problems that we're facing every single day. Because people like Adam Schiff really don't care about us. They only care about themselves. They are narcissists. They are liars. They are psychopaths. They are sociopaths. And all they care about is themselves in this blue Anon cult. And they fear a game show host. They fear a game show host and people being acknowledged that we are being played. That is the bourgeois class. That is the elitists. That's the oligarchy in fear. That they're still in complete denial and they have to make up ridiculous tirades to fight off their boogeyman. When really, they are the boogeyman. They are the evil people we should be facing.